Good afternoon. My name is Dayle Rodriguez, and this is Flabonga Monthroth the Cube. And today with me, I've got my co-host.
Tony Stevenson, and so far no one else, just us.
Just us. Just the two of us. We can make it
Make it
if
if
we
we
try.
try.
Just the two. We need to work on our harmonies, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would be suggested it was me that was dragging the site down there, mate, not
No, no,
you.
no, 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 no. It's cool. It's cool. Tony, thank you for being here, by the way.
Thanks, mate. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thank you for showing up. You
Still,
know, your presence has enhanced the show significantly.
thanks, mate. Thank you. I realised that we talked about sort of a 3-month probationary period, didn't we, at the beginning of this, and that passed by about 3 months ago. So I guess it all went well so far.
I feel like you only have a probationary period when you're being paid. Not really.
Okay, no, I'm not. That's
Like,
true.
if you were being paid, then sure, but you're not. You're just doing this of your own volition.
Yeah, but I still could have been an idiot.
You could have been a complete idiot. That's true. Unlikely.
Yeah. There he is. He's dialed
There he
in.
is, Marcus Batson. Oh, and he's tuning in from YouTube, no less. I can see that he's commented from YouTube. Thank you for tuning in from YouTube, by the way, because I think the viewer numbers are better in YouTube. Like the metrics are better somehow. So thank you for doing that.
Very kind.
Yeah.
Very kind. Sam Green's not here yet, which is strange.
Marcus, where are you, by the way, dude? Like,
yeah.
No, Marcus, he could be working from anywhere. He could be like in Madrid right now.
Could be.
Oh, there you go. Tom Johnson's here as well. Did we pull this up? Marcus Batson says chaps and salutes. Tom Johnson, nice on time start. Yep. What time is it for him again? Tom, what time is it for you? Is it 11 hours, 10 hours? I can't remember.
I spoke to Tom at 10 a.m. this morning. So
this morning?
Yes, yeah. So that's why I said it's been ages.
Can you tell me what you guys are talking about? Or was it hush secrecy?
Just business stuff, mate. Business.
I mean,
businessy stuff.
Can I speculate or should I not speculate?
You can speculate, man. Go for it, yeah.
Well, you're like the master of apps and connections of Free Agent, and he works for an app vendor supplier. I don't know, possibly some kind of integration thing happening.
Who knows? Who knows?
Hey, long-time listener, and he's been on twice, by the way, Mark Cowerson. Hey, Mark, thanks for coming back.
Howdy, Mark. I don't think we've met.
He writes in Scottish.
Fit like lads. Fuse your dues.
Yeah, see.
Interesting.
We need to get back.
I don't know what that means.
He saved the show one time. There was a time when before you were co-hosting, Tony, someone was scheduled to come on, and then like in the last 3 minutes, they messaged me saying I can't make it. Legit reason, by the way. And I went on live by myself and chatted for 5 minutes, which was atrocious. And Mark's like, I'll save the show. I'll jump on, and we had a chat.
Good man, Mark. Friend of the show forever.
We talked about whiskey. I think was that the first time or second time? But he told me how what's so good about Scottish whiskey and how you actually drink it and taste it, and very educational.
Are you a whiskey fan?
I am a whiskey fan, yes.
Yeah.
I enjoy the snobbery that comes with it.
Are you just sitting in a Chesterfield, like a wingback chair, in a
with a paisley jacket, a pipe, surrounded by rich mahogany everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking quizzically at with a look of I'm just wise. Just a little swilling on the arm of the chair. Yeah, maybe a roaring fire.
You get out of my head. That's exactly what I imagine. Mark
we should.
Patton.
I was thinking the other day that what we should do is we should take FM for funds to an in-person day one day, and we should hire somewhere like that where you and I can sit in chairs like that with professional camera stuff on us. We can get guests to come and visit us in London town or somewhere like that, and I think that would be a good use of some of our own personal cash in order to do that. I think that would be good fun. It would be good fun.
I have to give out a shout out to Kirsty St. John. She's had a bereavement in the family, so she won't be joining us today. Okay. Sorry for your loss, Kirsty.
Sorry for your loss, Kirsty. I hope everything is okay. Yeah, she did say that she wouldn't be able to jump on. We've got lots of people tuning in, though, which is nice. Should we get some of them on? Should we chat for a bit? I know Tom's like, oh, come on, eh? Come on last week or 2 weeks ago. Got more stuff to talk about.
But Tom's been too thirsty. I say it to his face, Thomas, you've been too thirsty. Calm down. Chill.
I can see Dayle doing the whole whiskey thing, but wearing a Batman mask.
You know what? Now that you said it, let's do it. Let's go.
Okay, so there that day where we hire out somewhere where we can like do the pod live for a day with the wingback chairs and the
Yeah,
fire and stuff.
we'll rock
Were
up
there
to be
also
good.
with masks as well?
What mask would you wear?
That's a good question. I think I'd like a movie quality Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd
Lead
also
me on
have
to
to get Hannah Campbell on because she is the mask.
beg your pardon?
You've not seen this?
No.
So Hannah is a huge fan of Halloween,
Okay.
and every year dresses up like not a bit like the whole way. She is quite open about it on LinkedIn. She talks about how like many months it takes for her to plan her outfits, and the original one, the original one that made what she calls Halloween famous was The Mask, and it's incredible. She wheels it out every now and again, and I think I'm right in saying she had something like 900,000 or 1 million impressions on her original post of The Mask.
Wow.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Impressive.
And then she's done she's done the Mexican mask when he does the Mexican bit in the film. She did that as well as a separate year. She also, I think this year, last year, she did Garth and Wayne from Wayne's World, and went as far to go and buy the guitar that he has as a prop for the outfit. So
Damn,
yeah,
that's commitment.
yeah, really cool. So maybe we should get Hannah on around Halloween,
Yeah.
maybe just after, and she can talk us through.
Mark Howson giving a translation, by the way. Who's your dues, Doric, for how's you, pigeons?
Sort of translated it. Good. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, good. Thanks for asking, Mark. How are you, Mark? Are you well? We should probably talk about business stuff as well, because this is LinkedIn. We should talk about business things.
Oh yeah, you're right. What sort of business stuff should we talk about?
Let's talk about fintech. You're pretty good at that stuff, right?
Supposedly.
Allegedly, I'm good at it too. Then neither of us says anything.
No, just there's so many different things we could talk about. I don't know. I am buried in a lot of stuff at the moment, so my head is like, here's my list of stuff that I've got to get done before I will be departing off on some extended leave from work as I become a father for the second time. Thank you, mate. And that, what I was hoping would be quite a nice sort of like chilled, sort of like coast up onto the beach of that break, has not played out like that at all. So a lot to do this summer. And like when you head down and you're kind of like not thinking ethereally about the world that we operate in. That's kind of how I feel at the moment. Just loads of like cool stuff going on, which is good. Lots of things potentially. I don't know, changing is not the right word, but like kind of just new stuff.
Things are changing, good. And I like the use of the word ethereal, by the way. It's a banging word. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Good Thank you. Okay, all right. Some business stats. Okay, so I've been doing some research. The UK tech sector has reached a combined market value of $1.2 trillion, cementing its place as the #1 tech ecosystem in Europe. That's right.
Wow.
Better than Germany, better than France, better than Spain, UK, baby. Even though we're behind on certain things.
How is that measured? Is that like market cap of UK based businesses that are listed, and then unlisted businesses, they take some sort of estimate, funding rounds or something? Yeah.
I've just cited the stats. I'll give you the source. So Tech Nation, they've done a report on the stats, and they have like a 60-page report. It's a very good report. I've not read all of it, but it does the breakdown and tells you where that's coming from. But essentially, UK tech scene's looking pretty dope.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good. You just feel like there's less. Still, obviously, a lot of acquisitions going on in the professional space. It's like there's been a slight lull from a tech to tech perspective, excluding obviously the recent acquisition of Melio by Xero, which was a whopper. but that was the US deal. So
I'm gonna pull my punches on that one.
you are.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm gonna say it. Look, if they did the same thing they've done with all the other acquisitions, it's not gonna be a good idea, is it? Let's be honest.
Well, I would like to comment on that.
You can't, for political reasons. You can't say anything.
There's been some good ones in there.
And I do like the jokes have been going around that like they've acquired Melio and then like there's been a price increase in the UK and Europe. Like, is it paying for that? Now it obviously isn't, right? That's not how business works. Or they'd be unwise to do that because everyone will think that. So it's probably not what it is, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I guess the timing of those two things was probably incidental, right? I don't know a great deal about Melio, if I'm honest. But I know they do payments, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the US. Because I think that's the play, wasn't it? I think that was what sort of the chat about it was that we've done this to further embed that bit of it into the US operations and take Zero to market in a different way over there. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
QuickBooks destroy them in the USA. Let's be honest, QuickBooks are very strong in the USA, and Zero is stronger in the UK, but Australia, New Zealand.
Yeah, interesting, like the US market, because obviously it's the big one, right? Well, there's 25, 30 million businesses in the UK. In the US compared to 5 million over here. So not a small amount, but yeah, not that. And yeah, my understanding is that Intuit are the very dominant player over there. And interestingly, like I remember getting into a conversation with somebody who I genuinely can't remember who it was, and they were saying that a big part of the reason why it's difficult over there is because of the way that the market operates over there is that like once you're the established player, it's quite a bold step to recommend someone that's not the established player, because if it goes wrong, it can not be a great situation for you to find yourself in if you said use this piece of software and actually that piece of software didn't turn out to be doing things right or whatever. So an extra layer of sort of legal consideration around how that plays out if that doesn't go well. So yeah, interesting. I don't claim to have done a lot over in the States at all, so not an area of expertise.
Mark Howison, if you needed to wear a mask, which one would you choose and why? Balaclava, cheap, quick and easy, and I can commit as much crime as I want.
That was just, yeah. I'm still sticking with Brad Pitt from Fight Club, movie quality.
Okay, but going back a step, because we talked about, it was Tom mentioned Batman. Which superhero emblem, in your opinion, is the best? Who's got the best logo?
Oh. Again, not an area of expertise of mine. I don't really know if it isn't. No. I'm just having a good think about this one. I do like Spider-Man, I have to say. I was a big Spider-Man fan when I was a kid. But you know, when that stuff sort of drops out of your head as you get older and you don't revisit it enough. And
I mean, yourself, but yeah.
Yeah, no. I feel like you have a strong feeling on this one, mate.
No, I genuinely don't. I can't decide. There's so many well-designed superhero logos. And even as I asked the question, I was like, am I just thinking of the ones that are most recognizable? Because you can say Superman, but is it actually the best design? Is it the coolest? Does it look the best? Or is it just famous? You know what I mean?
And also, like, mask-wise, he's like more of an outfit than a mask, right?
Correct.
And it's just like, oh, this is a different guy. Didn't realize. Oh, no, it's the same guy. I also would like to realize that you've actually got Spider-Man written on your T-shirt as well, and I don't think that's why I said Spider-Man was pretty cool, but
I do, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I did. Maybe it was subconsciously.
Subliminal message.
Absolutely.
NLP skills.
They're real.
Are they?
Oh yeah. I think we are usually suggestible as people. You only got to watch Darren Brown, mate.
I mean, the stuff he does do is pretty amazing. I'll give you that.
I think some of it is, yeah. I actually went to see Darren Brown and got hauled up onto the stage. So I've shaken his hand. And he did this thing with the phone book where it was like pulling out people's names and numbers and kind of thing. And he was going to use me as like, he'd got 10 people up there and he was going to use me, and he changed his mind at the last minute and used somebody else. But the thing that he was putting together somehow still worked for me. But he threw, like, his selection method is throw like a frisbee into the audience, and he was like, "This one's for a male." So he caught my mum caught it and then handed it to me. Thanks, mum. And I was like, yeah, I really appreciate that. And we were right at the top, so go all the way back down through the thing, all the way onto the stage. I was like, it's weird that like it worked. The thing that he was doing also worked for me. Maybe he's really accurate and he could see details on people's tickets and he'd done research in advance, or maybe it's just a clever way that it's put together. I don't know.
I think there's a level of psychology in it. I think he can read people very, very well, and I think he can tell when people are going to be suggestible, and that's what he does very, very well.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right. Maybe I'm a suggestible character, or maybe I'm not, and that's why he turned around at the last minute and said, "No, I'm going to use somebody else." But then, as I was leaving, as I was walking back, Stephen Fry was sitting on the end of the aisle. I was like, "I'm never going to see Stephen Fry again." So I gave him a little nod, and he gave me a little nod back, as if to say, "I know you know who I am."
Game recognized game.
Yeah.
I mean, one day, Tony, thanks to this podcast, you will be more famous than Stephen Fry. You will be narrating children's books and doing commercials.
I would love that, mate. I think we would do a cracking job of it. I think you've got a naturally nicer to listen to voice than I have. My voice is quite slow and quite boring. I think I have to try and inject energy into it. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. It's like when, like how most people do not like listening to themselves back and do not like the way they sound. People will say, I sound different to how I thought I did when I have to listen to myself back on something.
Yeah.
So I am the opposite of that. I really like listening to myself talk.
I love the sound of my own voice.
Yeah, I do. And I'm quite open about that, right? But what I really like is the sound of my own voice on 1.5 speed. So I would recommend this to anybody who feels like they maybe talk a bit slowly or they're a bit boring in their way that they talk. Record yourself voice noting, put it on 1.5 speed, play it back. And I'm like, that's how I sound. That is how I sound. And then I'm like, and then I put it, but be warned, if you put it back to 1 speed, it makes it even worse. You're like, oh,
you can never listen to your voice again.
Do people listen to me talk that slowly and in that such a boring fashion? And I'm sure that some element of it is my brain distorting it, but yeah.
Well, as someone who listens to you often,
yeah,
I like listening to you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Maybe this is more about you than it does about me. I don't know.
I mean, it's all about me, Tony. Yes,
I know.
It's all about me.
That's why we do these things, right?
Yeah. Like people ask me, like, why do I do FM? And there's some reasons, but like mostly for my own amusement, for something fun to do at lunchtime. That's pretty much it.
I like, for me, I just like talking to interesting people about interesting things. It's like one of my favorite things to do.
I like messing with people.
Yes, I know you do. I'm less bothered about that. I'm far more interested in their stories, which is why we have a nice blend, right?
Yeah. The yin to the yang.
Absolutely. I put up a post this morning about guests and like who people would like us to interview.
Yep.
And there were some good suggestions on there.
Yep.
I didn't say like who my dream guests are, but I thought it would be an interesting conversation for us to have on here. Is like who we would like to get on. Maybe because I didn't have the bravery to tag in the people that I would like to be guests, because the awkward cricket silence that would immediately follow.
Are they possibly the people that are too busy to actually be on LinkedIn and
they're 100%. Well, no, some of them post regularly. So like James Ashford is one I would really like to have on. I don't know James really at all.
I've invited him a few times. He's ducked me.
We'll get him one day. We need an intro, mate. That's what we need.
I mean, he can't even argue that he's busy. He's like semi-retired now, right? Like,
but he has now just invested back into another business, and I don't know James, but like from observing him, he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would just go, do you know what? I'll just sit around and just train and stuff. So yeah, he's invested in is it Nuvo? Is that what they're called? I think he's invested in them. Yeah. I'm fairly sure it's public.
You know what? A question's come up, sorry to interrupt you, from Mark Harrison. I think it's a good one, but for some reason it's not appeared on our feed, but I've seen it on LinkedIn. Hold on, it is. Mark Harrison. Are we going to need accountants in a year now that Elon has created Grok 4?
I don't know what that is, so I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to assume it's a large language model or some kind of AI. That's my guess.
Do we get Mark on to talk about it?
Yeah, Mark, if you're about, hold tight. Let me send you the invite link. and see if you can explain it.
While you do that, I'm going to research it.
Yeah.
The short answer is, without knowing anything more than what you've just said, yes, I think we will. Grok 4 is most intelligent in the world.
So I have a generic stance on AI and in bookkeeping and accounting. Essentially, my opinion is you're always gonna no AI competitor who builds whatever AI it is will take full liability or responsibility for the information the AI churns out. So I'm talking like
Yeah.
legal responsibility and insurance. So any AI model, unless the one company that's bold enough to do it, but I think it's very likely that they'll build something that's 99.99999% accurate, and then go, it still needs a person to take on the risk and liability to say this is correct. So whilst AI might decimate certain roles within the bookkeeping and accounting space, you will always need someone who is, I don't know, qualified either by exams or qualified by experience to go, that is correct, and I will risk the penalty for not being correct.
Ultimately, like, what you're paying for is just like assurance that it's right,
Yes.
and insurance if it's not right. When you look through it all, right, ultimately it's like, here's the numbers, I need to file these and they need to be correct. And I need somebody who knows whether they are correct or not to say whether they are and take the responsibility to advise me that this is how it should be done or how it should not be done. Right? Ultimately, as a business owner, it's your responsibility to file those numbers, but we lean on the profession for that. So I always sort of like, I do think there's a lot further we can go with this stuff, right? And I was thinking about this the other day and about how if the platform that all the data arrived in was like clearer and more standardized, that would help tremendously in order to kind of put stuff into, we know this is where this goes, or this is something that we know what it is, we're just not sure where it goes, right? That could be improved. I know there's like, there's tools out there that is tackling that at the receiving side of that information. I'd like to see it tackled on a source information perspective. So like e-invoicing, I think, is a really good step forward in the sense that like we should have a template that everybody raises invoices on, and that is just then readable by
everything,
all the platforms, right? That just seems to make logical sense to me. So first question I asked like 10 years ago when I moved into this world was, does that exist? And was like, no. And was like, that seems really strange that doesn't exist. Even if there was some sort of guideline of it and it didn't exist on a platform that made it was impossible not to do that, but still, yeah.
Going back a step in your point you made though, isn't that kind of like the beauty / creativity and skill of accounting? Like, hear me out. The UK tax code is insanely complex, one of the most complex in the world, and it's the nuances that make different accountants better than others, right? I'm going to give a really weird hypothetical that I've not thought through, and you can correct me if I'm stupidly wrong. If I were a business owner and I run a garage, right, and I buy a ton of tools, right, I'm talking like thousands of pounds, that would maybe like plant and machinery and a depreciating asset, right? That's something that's going to lose value over time. But let's say I do a side hustle business from my garage and I have to sell those tools to customers. The same tools I purchased then have a different use.
Yeah, they
right?
become
They
cost
become
of
stock,
sales,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so like that's the kind of nuances. Like, people will do things in their business or pivot, and it's like, actually, in one instance it's an asset, in one instance it's cost of sales, and you've got to account for them differently. Correct? Is that?
So that's sort of the way I was, and like I would badge that as broadly speaking as like context behind the purchase, right? Is that, and like Amazon is always a really good example of this. Like, you get an Amazon package that arrives, it's got Amazon code in the description, and like, who knows what's in that little brown box, right? That could be something that you're using for marketing. It could be something that you're using for cost of sales. It could be something that you're using for as an enduring asset for the business. And ultimately, I look at it and go, like, how do you ever know that? There's always, but that bit of it is quite small, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's what I mean about these two buckets of context of like, we know that that's where that goes, or we know that this is probably where that goes, but it still needs some intervention. Yeah, briefcase are one of the ones I was referring to when I said people
Tony,
who are tackling
when you read
this.
it, you've got to click it, man. You've got to so other one can see.
Oh, sorry, Marcus. Yes, and
Marcus Batson comment: Briefcase has a nice tool that detects and implements those nuances as part of their bookkeeping tool. I want to say Ruben,
yeah,
founder of Briefcase. Very cool tool. Have a look. I've had a look at it at the time. Also, sorry to interrupt. Mark is
Yeah,
waiting in
he's
the green
here.
room. Mark's here. Mark Howson. So we're going
We're
to
in
add him.
Steenkamp.
That's it, Steenkamp. And then we're going to talk about, well, he's going to enlighten us about Grok 4. Thanks for joining,
Brilliant.
Mark.
Fit likey, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you hear and see me okay?
We can.
Hear and see you.
Cool.
How are we doing?
Things?
Good. Good. Just having a nice little yarn on a Wednesday lunchtime.
Nothing else for it. Nothing else for it. So, AI tools. Taking over. Doing everything.
Everything.
Apart
They
from
make
the
me
stuff that
tea.
you do, you do physical work. Like you and your team, your company do physical.
Taking over most things. So we've been using them a lot lately, and I mean a lot. So everything from our old music jingles to all our emails have been restructured in such a way that we use AI to just tone down some of our language and make it a lot nicer to get people.
A little pop-up saying, "Were you angry when you wrote this? Were you hungry? Go and have a snack and then revisit this."
Exactly. When you're 27 days overdue for £30,000 and you're wanting the money quickly, your language and how you type your certain emails can portray a certain thing. And if you just type it and then ask AI just to put it in a more casual tone that maybe that the recipient may be more receptive to, then and I'm not going to lie, we do that because we're seeing the output has been working for us, particularly chasing up people who don't pay when they should be paying. So it's not, we have automated tools within, we use Zero software, so the automated tools, they're just ignored because they're automated. A personal email coming from a person enhanced by AI seems to inflict the required responses for when we need money.
For our listeners, Mark, that don't know you, do you want to just give us a quick synopsis on who you are and what your business does, or what you do?
I can do. I'm Mark Howson. I'm the CEO and part owner of LHR Marine. We're a health and safety equipment supplier, manufacturer, and we also supply marine equipment, including anchor connectors. Been going since 2000, family-owned business. I bought into the business about 3.5 years ago, having been a long-term customer in the oil and gas sector. Our audience, or our customer base, was primarily originally marine and oil and gas, but as things have transitioned, we've expanded. And we are, when you talk fall protection, we are 3M's largest fall protection distributor in the UK. So we're a small, maybe a small family-owned business, but we pack a heavy punch for sure.
And you do distribute some very cool products. Like, for example,
we do. They have some funny names, having imported them from the States. They do have some funny names. Let's just say, like the Stiffy, the Quick Fist, the Shove It, the Grab It, the Hook It, the Great It, the everything else you want to call it. Hey, they sell.
Is 3M the company that invented the Post-it note? Is that right?
I don't think they invented it, but I think they certainly...
Or the glue that sticks to a Post-it note, or they combine the two things together.
Yeah, they're the ones that come up with the very sticky stuff, yeah. But then they never did that. That came from Roswell. Come on now. Don't be silly.
Mark, let's go back to your question, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we going to need accountants in a year now that Elon has created a Grok 4? So we're correct. Grok 4 is an AI.
Grok 4 is the fourth version of their artificial intelligence. They're calling it artificial general intelligence, which is the next step on from AI.
That's a bold claim.
Talking more about, from my understanding, from what I've seen and read, it is performing very high in some of the scores that have been, some of the tests that have been put forward by the brightest minds in the world to kind of measure where AI or artificial intelligence was at. And I know that there's one particular metric on mathematic questions, which was developed by some of the brainiest mathematicians in the world, PhD scholars and such, and it scored 100%. And it's computing power. One of the things that I caught on a video the other day was that it's not just a single model. So, for example, it'll look at one question and it'll use about 6 or 7 different models. It's like taking 7 PhD students, asking them a question, pulling the answer, and then developing the answer out of that 7 answers that have been given by those AI models. And that's the kind of power that the new kind of models are kind of driving. And obviously you guys work in the kind of tech business and accountancy, and certainly helped me just asking questions around corporation tax, how much I was due, just kind of double checking software, what the software says, and just helping me try and guesstimate and estimate budgets and stuff like that. So it's powerful tools that I've definitely been using in my own business, helping me with budgeting, helping me with verification of figures and such like. And I'm not suggesting in any way, shape, or form you'll still need that verification from a human being, but I would suggest that more the capability and the modeling that it's able to do, it's crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, to the point now, I mean, even my email, we use the Gmail function. It's now summarizing. If we can run large chain emails, so there could be 30 responses within an email chain, of which we sit that on a card. We use Google Sorted, another software that sits in a card. So if you're talking with the supplier, you're talking with the customer, you're talking with maybe 4 different suppliers, you're talking with 6 different other companies in the same card, the power of AI is able to summarize all those conversations, and there might be 47 different emails back and forth. It's able to just take a summary. Mark Cowson said this, customer X wanted this, Stephen Burnett replied with this, this manufacturer has these available at this price. It's pretty amazing what the power, and it's being able to recognize as a human how it can benefit the business. And there's a lot of stuff in there that people just won't understand, but recognizing the areas, certainly in our business, where we can benefit from that, it's been quite exciting, I would suggest, this past 12 months as things have developed. And as I said, even down to we've written our own hold music. I got a cold call LinkedIn. Someone said, someone on LinkedIn said, hey, we can develop hold music. And I thought, well, we need hold music. So went away. He's like, we've been looking at your email, we've been looking at your website. So if you just indulge me, here's 2 minutes of what we think of your hold music should sound like. And it sounded pretty professional. So I went, okay, well, what's the numbers? What does it look like? He's like, well, £750 to develop it. And then we want a £50 or £70 monthly fee for the next 3 years to host it. So I'm sitting there going,
for hold music.
For hold music, yeah. And they're clearly making it, and they're clearly using AI models, because that's what I went away and did. There's Alistair is on LinkedIn, and he's obviously created his own music artists using AI, and who were invited to one of them was invited to the Country and Western Music Awards. It's an AI artist that that's how mental the place is. So just doing some research, we were able to use ChatGPT. Just put in some information about the business, say we wanted some hold music. This is what we wanted it to say. It wrote the words, wrote the lyrics. Yeah. We pumped the lyrics into another software called Brev.ai. We told it we wanted rock music, hold music. We wanted it rock. We wanted guitars, and we wanted it to be soft, a male or female voice. Bang, away you go. Within 30 seconds, we had our hold music. So scary.
And you didn't have a £50 a month hosting.
And I didn't have £50. It cost me £100 a year for the software, but it wasn't going to be anywhere near the kind of money that clearly some larger organizations will write that off. I mean, it's it's fine for them, but certainly smaller businesses. And I've shared it with. We're in an industrial estate, and people, even some of our suppliers and customers, have phoned us up. Oh, I love that. Where did we get that? We did one for Christmas last year, and it was pretty good. And people were phoning us up just to be put on hold.
Can you play it? Can you play it? I'd quite like to hear it.
We're on hold. Okay, we'll sell you some stuff as well, but come back to you. But,
my first thought was, can someone get this into HMRC, because that hold music has triggered so many people in our industry. Like, it hasn't changed in the last 15 years.
The hold music. I didn't even get through to the hold music. Yeah. So, do you know what bugged me about HMRC? It's the same old story. I've done a tax return for many years, and I claim I pay additional into my pension, so I do I claim back every year that little bit addition, depending on what extra I pay into my pension. And for years now, it's been simple. You fill in your tax return. There's an amount due. Bang! It's paid in your bank within 14 days, typically 10 to 14 days. The last 3 years, nothing after a month. And you go on, you speak to the bot, and the bot says, it's due on this date. Don't speak to me again until this date.
Yeah.
Right? Leave me alone. Someone's dealing with it. Don't speak to me until this date. So that date comes, still nothing. You go back onto the bot. Okay, let me speak. Maybe you should speak to someone. Call this number. Phone this number up, straight through to a guy, and he's like, "Yeah, that's it, done." I'm like, "Well, why is it? Why should I have to manually chase that up if there's all this automation, and you're saying you've sent me an email saying 10 to 14 days, and yet I've got to chase you up after 45, and the minute I speak to an agent, bang, it's paid in my bank within 3 days. It's so frustrating. I'm not the only one, sure, but
to a topic that Tony and I are quite familiar with.
It's not
MTD IT.
MTD IT
for income tax.
Income tax.
Okay.
Are you familiar with this?
I'm not familiar. We do that. I'm not familiar with that software at all. No.
So essentially, HMRC are changing the rules. We're doing a yearly self-assessment tax return. You will have to submit quarterly submissions, and you'll have to use some MTD IT compatible software.
Okay.
If you are a sole trader.
If you're a sole trader, right? Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to affect, give or take.
So we obviously moved 3 years ago when HMRC decided to do your VAT digital.
Yeah.
With this, the IRP software we used wasn't compatible, or their new version was compatible, and it was going to cost 15 grand, which is why we moved to cloud-based Zero, and then had another software that we use for our inventory.
15 grand. That's a no-brainer. Yeah.
That sounds
Well, it was 15 grand plus another £1,000 a month. You know what I mean? There was a subscription, and it was a one-off plus subscription. Having already paid for the software, it was one of those. It was Norwegian, bought by another business. That other business decided to change the financing model, and if you put all your hard work and efforts into it, then it didn't work for us, and it wasn't cloud-based either. It needed a server, so it wasn't just the 15 grand. We needed to run a server. We needed to run maintenance on the server. We needed a backup for the server. We needed a service company to do that. We don't have any of that. I don't have any IT. Everything that we've got is in the cloud, backed up through Microsoft. So you've got that kind of triple backup through the Microsoft system. So for us, it's been a massive game changer. The system we were using was taking weeks to get anything out of. Now I can run a report in a day and in about 10 minutes and get the information that I want. I was doing a contract review with a customer, and we're able to tell them what they purchased in the last 365 days.
Yep.
Which items they purchased most of, which items we could perhaps do more with in a kind of cashback scenario. So we're, again, using reporting functions and enhanced AI tools, you're able to just go punch a heap of data in and say, give me the overview of this. Bam.
I'm still thinking about the whole music. Yeah, so I think that's all I can think of is like we should have a jingle, because most podcasts have a jingle, don't they? Right.
Right. I can do it while I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Right. Swear to God, I'll do it while I'm talking to you, right?
What, are you
So,
about to make an FM jingle?
Chat GPT, right? Yeah, I can make one right now. Okay, so I'll go to OpenAI. I'm going to put in, help me make a jingle.
Okay.
So
Right.
my favorite podcast had a really good one, and now he's after like nearly 1,000 episodes has binned it, and he just starts the podcast talking now, and the jingle's gone, and it breaks my heart. I love the jingle.
Right.
It was brilliant.
The name of the podcast is, right, go and give me the how the spelling of it again, because I'm not very good with this.
FLABONGA, Flabonga, and then Montrotha Cube, MONTHROTHACUBE.
The name of the podcast is that. The hosts are we going to get Big Dayle? You know, Cool Dayle. Do you want some superhero names? What are we?
I think my regular name will suffice. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, it might decide different.
My ego needs no inflating. You've met me before.
Tony Stevenson. What do you want to highlight in the jingle? Just you. I'm just prompting you. Tell me what you want to highlight. Tell me what you want to.
I want to challenge this AI. There's two music genres that are complete polar opposites that I like. I like gent/heavy metal, and I like jazz hop. Let's see what it does with that.
Let's do the lyrics first.
Those lyrics.
Lyrics first. We're doing the lyrics of the pot. You know, it's going to do a jingle, and it's going to.
Well, I want to see. I want to see how it pronounces Flabonga Montrotha.
Yeah. What I think would be a really good jingle would basically be it just mispronouncing it or trying to pronounce it over the top of some cool music. See where we go.
Oh yeah, like 3 or 4 mispronunciations of the show, and then it comes in.
Yeah, there's another podcast I listen to, which is a rugby one, and they're basically at the beginning they've just got them going like I think they've just clipped something out of one of the things, and it's just basically goes pod 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 like that, and just repeats the same pod 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 rugby pod, and that's pretty much it over some music, and that's the lyrics. Yeah.
So what do you want to say? Tell me what you talk. So we talk tech.
We talk tech. We talk business, and we talk trash. No, we don't talk trash. Nonsense. I mean, Mark, you remember like the times you've been on. We talked about your business. We talked about marine engineering. We also talked about whiskey and lots of other things. It's very sporadic.
So we challenge guests with quick fire questioning.
This could be an iconic moment in the show. I realize. Like,
we
could actually get a jingle created live.
Keep it real. Whether it's your superhero, what was it you said? Emblem. What was it you said? Superhero badge?
Yeah, emblem. That's right. Yeah.
Emblem. Or your whiskey.
I should love it if they came up with something amazing.
I know. Wouldn't it be great if it was like this? Like, yeah, we both like it as well. It'd be incredible.
Yeah.
We can talk all day. Right, here we go.
All right.
Right, perfect. With a name like Flamonga and that mix of tech, this jingle needs to be quirky, catchy, and bold, with a sense of humor and swagger. That's what he's saying. Okay. Right. Funky bass line or glitchy sync beat. Right, here we go.
I don't know. It's this part of me that's nervous about what might come out here, given that we're live.
No, I'm not nervous at all.
No, I didn't think it would be.
Let's end all our careers right now. It drops N-bombs like a rap song. Like, no, it's not going to do that, is it? It's not going.
I hope not.
It actually, right. So you're funny. We did one while I was in Spain with friends of mine, and their hometown in Ireland. So we made one about their hometown, the people. And it wouldn't there was a particular phrase that we used in the lyrics, and it said, bad words have been used in its own language. So therefore, we will not allow you to do it, you know. Right, so style of music. First one you said, hip-hop?
No, specifically jazz hop.
Jazz hop?
Yep, and the second one, gent, which is spelled DJ.
So anything else in jazz hop? Do you want to focus on guitar? Male voice, female voice, what? Jazz, hop,
Let's go for
guitar,
male voice.
funk,
Uh,
male. Oh,
I
it's
do
not
like
really
guitar, so let's go for guitar.
voices, male vocal. Right, let's see what
Here's a really
Can you
fun
give
prompt.
it like a go on?
Inspired by the Powerpuff Girls theme tune. There we go. See how that works.
Do you think that's going to give us? Do you think that's going to give us a good outcome, or is that?
No, it's going to give us a terrible outcome. This is a
Okay,
mismatch of genres that should never go
Okay.
together.
Okay.
Right,
But
so
AI is clever. Let's see what it does.
please enter a title. Right, so I just need to put a title in. Jingle.
Can you put something like it needs to make the listener feel like they're rising up, or something like something? Do you know what I mean? Like something that's like a kind of a theme for like the outcome.
I think we've given it too many prompts. I think it's going to
Yeah.
confuse
What was
it.
What was the other? So jazz hop. What was the other one? Heavy metal.
No, specifically gent. DJENT. That's the genre or subgenre of metal that I like.
DJENT.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
I recommend a band called Intervals.
If I've learned anything about,
Well, here's the words it came up with. So,
it's niche.
Flabonga Montrotha Cube with Dayle and Tony breaking all the rules, talking tech, biz, and straight up chaos. Quickfire guests. Oh yeah, we slay those. Superhero dreams to your whiskey taste. No topics too weird. No time to waste. It's real. It's raw. It's off the grid. Flabonga Montrotha Cube. Let's get it.
I like it. That's better than anything I could write.
Yeah.
100%.
I never even thought that there would be lyrics in a jingle for.
No, me neither.
You hear it?
I can hear noise. That's it.
Right. I'm gonna wait until that's quite funky, by the way, that one.
All right.
I'll wait until it takes. You get 30 after about 30 seconds. You get a preview, and then it takes about 2 minutes, and then you can actually download it if you subscribe. So.
This is when we ask Mark for a copy of this. He's like, "Nah, it'll be 700 quid, please."
Yeah.
No, I'm going to do the £50 a month. I'm going to want the £50 a month mode.
This has just been a really long, elaborate sales pitch that we've jumped on and gone with. Yeah. It's watermarked otherwise. Oh, that's really made me laugh.
It's quite funky, boys. Oh, they're both funky. So what it does is it gives you two different types, and then I'll run I'll run it again. I think it cost me about $100 a year for that, and it can actually. I choose to use ChatGPT to make the lyrics, and then plug it in. Right. Here we go. So download MP3, MP4, WAV. Any preference?
Let's go for MP3 because WAV's going to be too big.
MP3.
MP4 is video, isn't it? Video format.
I don't know.
It is. Sorry,
Yeah, it is.
It is. Fun fact: MP3 is an acronym of an acronym.
How meta.
Yep. MPEG Layer 3. And MPEG stands for something else as well. And we shortened it to MP3.
Right, bear with.
It's my uni degree coming out there. Skills.
Do you remember when that was such an unnecessary step, like MP3 player, wasn't it?
I mean, they didn't know at the time, did they?
No,
no, MP3 CDs. That was a step. Mini disc players. There you go.
Yeah, mini discs.
That's one that could have taken off, but then someone was like, Apple was like, nah, we're gonna mess the game up.
Yeah, let's think bigger.
I guess that's kind of your bringing it back to business. Isn't that kind of the leap between automation and AI, right? Like in theory, there's still businesses out there who haven't put automation in place. They don't use cloud software. And I think honestly, the jump between something like Zero and a full-on AI platform is a jump between MP3 CDs and an iPod. Do you know what I mean? In terms of just the difference in thinking, the less physicality of it.
Dayle, have you sent me your email? I'll send it to your email because it won't let me drop it in the chat.
Yeah, sure.
So if you just message me your email and I'll send it by email.
I'll just say it out loud. Dayle.rodriguez@crestonreeves.com. I'll type it just in case. But
Dayle dot. That's why I thought put it in the chat.
yeah.
You'll get all these. You'll get invited onto Love Island next. Or what's the one? Dating in the Dark.
Or Married at First Sight. That's another one that I've never.
Married at First Sight.
Oh, that's an investment. That is. I've watched a number of series of maths.
Is it actually good? Because I've never watched it. The concept just seems.
Depends which one.
So it like if you just want it for the entertainment value of the nutsness of the concept, then yeah. If you like sort of commit to it and listen to what the experts have got to say, there's actually some quite good. There we go. Some quite good stuff that they come out with, but yeah, it's a lot because it's just on for so long. It's like 4 hours. It's four nights a week or whatever. But it's like some of the shows are like an hour and a half. It's like a movie every night.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a lot, and they go on for quite a while.
Sorry, testing out other features. I'm gonna see. Previous clip from another show from Ross Sullivan. There we go. Have a look at this.
Been on a Wu-Tang moment. Yes, you did, Trusty Link. I don't know if that's your private settings, but we can't see who you are. We could name you.
Oh wait, Mark, did you start playing this music?
Sorry, say again.
Montrata Cuba. I like that. Let's keep it that way.
Perfectly don't want it to pronounce it correctly. That would be
Yeah,
wrong.
I know, right?
Got it
That's
right.
amazing.
Yeah.
Can you hear that? Is that okay?
I immediately went like this.
Yeah, we could hear it. We could hear it. That was dope.
Insane a lot. That's it. That's the end of it.
Superhero dreams to your witchy taste. No topics too weird, no time to waste. It's real, it's raw, it's off the grid. Flap on the mantra, thank you. Let's get it.
All right, that is surprisingly good.
I'm not gonna lie. I had low expectations of this, and I was planning in my head how I was going to say to Mark, "We're not using that," but nicely. That was awesome. As soon as it came on, I immediately went,
"That's a bop." Yeah. Like, yeah.
It is absolutely crazy. It's just you can't. It's hard.
So the efficiency in me goes, that's amazing. The artist in me goes, that's disgusting. Because some people train for years to learn the instrument and master the instrument, and you can get someone just go, make this, and that sounded halfway decent. Like the vocals were on point. Mm-hmm. There was actually emotion in the voice. That was actually pretty good.
There's another one. Let me.
Yeah.
Also, I just realised I think the AI is better than me at guitar, which kind of annoys me.
It's definitely better than me at guitar. I'll tell you that for free.
With Dylan Tony breaking all the rules.
Can I make a request? Is that possible? I know I'm being very cheeky with it.
Quick fire guess. Oh yeah, we slay though.
Yeah.
I noticed that it's singing in an American accent. Can we make it like an English accent, or even in honor of you, Mark? Can we make it an Aberdeen accent? Can we get that? So we'll make it that accent. That'd be grand.
I don't know how good it is at that, but I will try.
Well, worth a punt.
Let's give it a go. And if it sounds good, we're keeping it with an Aberdeen accent.
Aren't you glad that we decided to jump on today and not let
100%. Got a new theme tune.
Mark's now part of the 3-Peat Club as well.
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yes. So Mark, just so you know, we're working on like maybe some tokens of appreciation for people who've been on the show like 3 or 4 times. We're going to get some stuff like, logo emblems.
Quick fist.
And we can put them in a box that when you open the box, it plays the theme tune.
Love your enthusiasm. Let's work on our budget, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get those from China somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, but that'll be amazing.
I'm not sure. I put Scottish male vocals. I've said it needs to be jazz, funk, and anthemic. So let's see what we can.
What was that last word, and what does it mean?
Anthemic.
Oh,
something of the anthem,
like an anthem. Okay,
anthem, like an anthem. Yeah. It's just my Scottish tone. Anthemic.
Thank you for translating. I appreciate it.
I'm going to have that jingle in my head forever, I think.
I assume I'm getting it in my inbox at some point.
Well, I hope so. £750 and a £50 monthly hosting fee.
There's no Scottish now.
Nah, no worries.
Is it buffering at the moment?
For anyone not watching this episode who's listening back, like who can't be watching, it's going to be an episode with lots of like gaps in it because like we're not talking, we're just like listening and bopping away.
So I've sent you. You should have the email with the two of them. Can you just let me know you've got that? I've sent you those two.
You know, actually, I just realized I gave you my work email. This has probably been caught in some insane spam.
Yeah,
It is Gmail. You might need to check your.
Yeah, I haven't got them yet. Oh no, has come through. Mark Howson jingles with the attachments. Awesome.
Is there a way? Can it separate the music from the lyrics as well? So you just have the music and the lyrics, and
there's AI that can do that. I know that one for a fact.
There's an extra.
Yeah. There is a thing called
layer of cost for that.
There is a thing called vocal remover. So yes, you can.
Amazing.
So I just need to give everyone a shout out to this. So have you heard, all right, of a band called Evanescence? They were big about
Evanescence.
years ago.
Okay. Amy Lee is actually the lead singer.
Amy Lee. Okay, kid you not. After this, go on YouTube and search Eric Cartman Evanescence AI, right? And it goes hard. It is Eric Cartman from South Park singing that song, Wake Me Up, and the vocals are actually beautiful.
Okay. Eric Cartman.
Yeah, from South Park.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have done like the
Evanescence cover. Yeah.
The vocals are just disgustingly good.
Let me see. I'll see if I can play my whole music. LHR hold jingle. There we go. It's not that one. Not that one.
It takes a lot for music to catch me the first time, but I've still got that going around in my head. I love the fact that it completely butchered the pronunciation of it as well. That's absolutely perfect.
Dayle, can you play your jingle your end? Does it work?
Let's see if my laptop will allow it. Again, this is a work laptop that's heavily locked down. So.
Okay. It's just MP3. It should.
So it works, but I'm guessing you guys can't hear it because I've got headphones on.
No.
Oh, right.
We can't hear you at all now, mate.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can play this through the speakers and see what happens.
Kaboom.
All right. I realise it's given us like a whole song. This is like a whole 2 minute. This is not a jingle. This is a whole song.
I think it's
That's epic. Mark, thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
That's how easy it is. And that's how scary.
We're getting an echo, I think, because you've got your headphones off, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing that got me was that it's yeah. Now I'm gonna have everybody phoning me to get their whole music.
Well, the leads! Oh no, they're not. They just want to hear the whole music.
If you buy a stiffy and a quick fist, I'll do your whole music for free.
Don't worry, I've not used your direct dial, Mark. I've used the Marine generic phone number. It's the least I can do. Some promo, right?
No, absolutely cool.
Very
But no,
good.
it scared me how easily that you can do that. And as I say, it's I mean, you can do child vocals, rap vocals, singing, rapping, melodic rap.
And was this
acapella, scat?
Brev.ai was the platform, right?
Brev, BREV.ai. I don't know how I just came, I think Alistair Dickinson, I was looking at some of his stuff and I just punted in music generation software and it came up with that. So, yeah.
Wow.
So there is an AI lyrics generator within that software, but I've not really used it. I just used ChatGPT, and then you can go back and challenge ChatGPT and say, add this bit, take this bit out, make it more, make it have 3 verses. You can really be really prescriptive and it'll work with you on it, that's for sure.
Tony, I'm going to forward you those those jingles as well, so you can have them too. There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you, my friend.
Well,
That's incredible.
Mark, you've made the show again. Thank you. One time you saved it. Second time you're on as an invited guest. Third time, made the show by far.
friend of the show forever.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, I'd literally just finished a bit of pizza. I bought the staff some pizza, so I just finished a bit of pizza. It came up on LinkedIn as I was scrolling, and I thought, why not? Let's see what's going down, and yeah.
Very nice.
We're on the hour. We've managed to fill a whole hour. Doesn't feel like it.
Light work.
Mark, I'm going to hand over to you. Any final thoughts? Again, something serious about business, life that you want to share with the audience.
Serious, really.
Actually, no, wait. Doesn't have to be serious. Whatever you want to
Yeah,
share.
no, it can be serious. I think that be careful what you watch on YouTube. I'm going to leave it there. I get down some right rabbit holes when it comes to conspiracy theories and particularly around. So last week I told my missus on the Monday that there was going to be an earthquake in Japan, and right enough, by the Wednesday there was a massive earthquake in Japan. So be careful what you watch, because you never know what's actually real and not. It's quite scary. The 13th of August. 13th of August is a date that many prophets have stated that something big happens.
Good or bad?
The world. I mean, it's about Nostradamus. No, they found. You obviously know who Nostradamus is. The 15th century prophet, 16th century prophet from France, and it wasn't part of the prophecies, but they found this particular writing that he wrote, and it was around the date, the 13th of August. And they've also, there's there's several other prophets, as well as races of people who have held the 13th of August 2025 as a date. So yeah, make sure you get it done by then. If you want me to leave you with something, if you want to apologize to somebody, if you want to, you finally want to take out that loan that you wanted to get, do it before the 13th of August. Make sure you get it before the 13th of August.
This does not constitute financial advice, by the way, anyone that's listening.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. I'm hitting end stream. Let's go.